Let's just open Paint. And just disallow the chat box. Okay, guys. So here are the timetable or like timings for each and every topics, whatever we are going to cover. Okay. So Manish, just don't disable the chat box. Yeah. Just let me know before further proceeding. What are the questions you are expecting to be covered in this particular topic, bog bounties, so that I will let you know, like, okay, that question is going to be covered or not. Those who are having the idea of bog bounty, those who don't know about bog bounty and all, keep patience. You guys will better know. No other queries. You can't say anything on that. Like companies are not giving the bounties and all. It's depend on the company's mindset and all. Okay. And Gopaleswaran, your topics, I guess that will not be going to covered. And other rest of the things, I'm not replying. So all the queries we are going to cover. Okay. Okay. These are the out of the topic. So basically, you guys have read the particular workshop now. So we'll have to cover up the overview of like bog bounty and the labels and vulnerabilities. And thereafter, in a practical session, only we'll have to cover up the Bob suit and OTP bypass or like ideology of payment bypass, no, and that's it. We're not going to cover up any other practical session on any other attacks. Okay. This is out of domain topic for today's Goku lesson. Otherwise, we can deal with that. But already we have limited time and so many topics are there. Okay, that's it. So let me just write in the paint about the timings. So for the next 10 minutes, first 10 minutes, we'll cover theory about the bog bounty, like what is bog bounty. Those who are totally beginners, they will get to know theory, bog bounty. Okay. Next 10 minutes, we'll make an account on bog crowd or like hacker one. Okay. And we'll study like inside that particular interface, what are the options and how and where we can test and how we'll pick the websites or any server so that we can test on that and what are the bounties and label of vulnerabilities. So for the 5 minutes, label of vulnerabilities there. Okay. And then about the tools used for bug bounty. Okay. Initial steps to follow. This will also take, I guess, around 10 minutes, you can say. That's fine. And then we'll take a 5 minutes of break. Basically, not you guys. I will take a 5 minutes of break. As I have said, this session is going to be a longer session. That's why. And then I'll come back and we'll start start exploring Bob suit. So Bob suit installation and configuring. Okay, so about theory you can say, and configuration, and so this will take 10 minutes. Okay, and last 30 minutes we'll see practical on OTP bypass. We'll study about the 3 methods to bypass, and in 2 different website. Okay, so these are the things. Let me just count 10, 10, 10. Okay, 30, 35. Yeah. So if the timing is around like 1 hour and 20 minutes, then definitely this session will go up to 2 hours. Okay. So let's start with the first topic. What is like Bog Bounty, and then we'll try to make an account on Bog Crowd, and we'll see like how you guys can make that account, and how you guys can explore there, and how those organizations have listed their website or server or applications, and what are the rules and regulations to. Okay, sorry. There are some more topics. That's why I'm thinking like, how is this possible? Like only in 1 hour and 20 minutes we are going to finish. After then we'll see some of the case studies, if possible, about already like reported bugs and all, and we'll see how to make a report and to submit for any bugs. Okay, so this will take 10 minutes more. So in each and every topics we can think like it will take 2 to 3 minutes more or less. Okay. So these are the total topics. So that's why we are discussing about so after the making an account, we'll see like how to pick what are the things we'll have to cover up, and how much kind of a bounty we'll get, and labels of vulnerabilities are there. Okay. And then we'll talk about, okay, so what are the initial steps we should consider for proceeding into the vulnerability testing, and through which softwares we can find out the vulnerabilities and all. So on that particular things, we'll discuss for the 10 to 15 minutes, and then I will take a break of 2 to 5 minutes, and we'll come back and we'll start the practical session with the configuring of Bob suit, how to download and configuration, and what are the 3 methods of OTP bypassing and all, and then we'll directly start practicing on 2 different websites. Okay, give me 1 minute, guys. Okay, so now it's time for the voting. So voting for what? So I'm going to give you an option. Okay. At first, we'll deal with the 10 minutes of theory because this is necessary. Okay. And then you guys have an option. So whether we will go like this, like at first we'll study about the making an account on Workcrowd, and then we'll talk about the vulnerabilities, labels and all, and inside area of that particular interface, how to pick what are the out scope things and in scope things, and in which particular cases will not get any kinds of bounties and all. Okay, some of the students ask na, like why companies are not giving bounties and all. So there is something called out scope things, and if you are doing practicing and you are finding those kinds of vulnerabilities and that are already registered, or like they have put it in their out scope section, then they will not consider, or they will not give you any kinds of money in it. Okay. So and then we can go down this and this and this and this and this. So basically we can proceed top down approach, top to down. we can directly go to topic wise from whatever the marks I have written. Okay. Otherwise, the second option is that. So before, sorry. At first, we'll study about the 10 minutes of theory about the bug bounties and all, and then directly we'll start the practical things from here, and then we'll come back to the this portal, how to make an account and all, and then we'll study about these things. And at the last section, we'll come study these case studies or in two different websites. So there are two options. Either we'll proceed with a bottom to top or top to bottom. So I'm going to take a kind of vote, and then we'll accordingly proceed. Okay. So just lower your hand right now, and those who wants to proceed with the top to down, like whatever I have written there, they just have to raise their hand. Top to down means whatever I have written there. Like at first we'll see this. So this is mandatory. So in both cases we'll see this, and then we'll go to this account and the inside area, and then tools use, and then initial steps and all, and then box theory, and then lastly practical session and all and all. And in the second cases, directly after seeing these things, we'll come back to the Bob suit configurations and this practical session, and then we'll come back to the account making and all. So the first option for that, from top to down. Okay, so how many can we log this voting for at like 35 or like 35 to 40?
Sure, sir. 41, so 40, 41.
Okay. Okay, now you guys can like lower your hand. Now further down to top. Now those students will have to raise their hand. They just want like to study from down to top. At first we'll study about the Bog-Montes theory, and then directly we'll start the Bob suit configuring and the practical session. And then we'll come back to the Bog crowd account and we'll see what are the vulnerabilities, tools, in scope thing, out scope things, and all and all. You guys have only 1 minute, and then we'll proceed accordingly.
So 25, on and around 25 to 30.
How is that possible? 230 people are there. Okay. That means you guys want like from top to down. Okay, that's fine. Okay, let's just proceed. So now let's just talk about what is actually bog bounty. So many students are totally beginners. They are totally new to this particular field, right? So let me just tell you. Wait a minute, guys. I'm writing here bog bounty. Wait a minute. Color option is that. So what is bug and what is bounty? There is two words are there. So let's just first understand what is bug. So bugs means you can like in a layman language we can think we are seeing any applications or we are seeing any server, we are seeing any kind of websites. Okay, so kind of things now we are just finding loopholes through which hackers can hack that particular website. You guys are just seeing in a movies. Okay, so the database got hacked, or any they are just doing DDoS attack. I don't know like what kind of attacks you guys are aware of. So many attacks are there. So if there is any ways to hack or to find out any kinds of loopholes, in the previous sessions we have talked about the SPF record or like DKIM or DMARC and all. Okay, so by we can do the spoofed email if they have not configured their server and all. Okay, so that is also a kind of vulnerabilities. So these are comes under the a kind of loophole through which we can harm or hackers can harm any organization. Okay, so those vulnerabilities or the bugs we can say, and the vulnerabilities we can say, loopholes, all these things are same. Okay, and for finding these kinds of bugs, vulnerabilities, and loopholes, sorry, right now. So for these things, organizations are paying a kind of amount, like money you can say. So that is called a bounty. Okay. So now the question arises. So where to find out the websites, and is there is like option to test on any website? So the answer is no. You can't test on any website. Like directly you are like testing on anybody's. They have just not uploaded or like put their details in any particular platform to test, and you are just testing. So there is some kind of risk. So it's depend on the owner. If you are uploading or if you are reporting to that particular organization, it's totally depend on them. Like whether they don't, they have to give you a kind of bounty, appreciation, or like other kind of punishment and all. Okay. So always think before you're reporting. If they have not listed, so try to take the official permission kind of thing. And if that organization is large, then you can take a chance directly report to them. Definitely they will consider you and they will give you a kind of reward and all. Okay. So bug bounty is a kind of program, you can say, their hackers are just finding vulnerabilities, loopholes, like if there is any way to hack any website or something other things that has to be improved in that particular organizations. And for giving those credential or those details or like those test reportings and all, so organizations are just giving a kind of amount and money and all. Okay, so this is all about the bug bounties. Now there are certain platforms are there. HackerOne is there, Bugcrowd is there. Okay, so these are the official platform. So many organizations or like companies, they are just putting their websites or subdomain or like server or application, and they're just allowing. So any hackers, if they want, they can test on our website or like server, and if they are finding this kind of vulnerability, so for each and every bugs and vulnerabilities will give them a kind of amount of money, you can say. Okay, and that amount and that vulnerability is categorized into several category, and that is called, we can say, labels in vulnerabilities. Okay, so without wasting the time, let's just make an account on Bugcrowd and let's just see what's the interface inside. Okay. So for making an account, it's not a difficult task. So you guys can search like Bugcrowd and we'll have to make an account there. So researcher login, you can say. You will see these two options are there, hacker login and customer login. So click on hacker login, or are you a researcher login, and simply you'll have to make an account by putting some credential like email ID, password and all, and don't put the fake email ID and the credential, because that is the genuine thing. You guys can put in your resume too, like you guys are a bug hunter and you guys have reported any kind of bugs and got some kind of rewards, money, or like hollow frame kind of thing. It will enhance your resume to get placed in IT security company. Okay, so I'm sharing this link. So we have already made a dummy account in the Hindi session. That's why I'm proceeding with that. And after ending of each and every topics, I'll come back to the chat box and we'll discuss about the doubts. Okay. So let's just click on login directly. Okay. So the very first time when you will make an account now, so always choose a student kind of thing, and still facing any problems, so you guys can like watch on YouTube and all. So this is a dashboard, guys. Okay, just focus on the upper side. There are many options are there. Program is there, discovery is there, work, payment is there. Just go to the payment section, and further you guys have to update your payment details and all. and go to your profile section. In the profile section, you will have to upload some kind of ID verifications, or like you need to verify email ID, phone number, and all those things, because this is the authenticated things, and they will give you a kind of money and all, and they will reply back into your official email ID and all. Okay, so always put your real identity there, and just see the rank there, like 3,38,238. That means you can like think, and this is not for only the Indian. Okay, and out of these 3 lakhs, only like 1 lakhs and 1.5 lakhs are like genuine. So you guys can think how much shortage right now we have. Uh, so only like 1.5 lakhs hackers are just going for the cybersecurity roles and all, and other people are just switching their domain to any like developments or data science or the other things. Okay, so the major sections in this bot crowd account or like hacker one, when you'll make, okay, that is the program. So once you'll go to the program section, now it's time to analyze which websites and organizations have listed their particular website details or the other details for the bug bounty program. Okay, and now if we are testing on these websites based on our skills, and if we are able to find out any kind of vulnerabilities and all, and we can send the report to them, and definitely if that will be a considerable vulnerability, then we'll get the amount and all. Now let's just explore more, like what are the things we'll have to keep in mind, and where to submit the report. Okay, which tools we'll have to keep in mind, and what are the things those who are in like in scope or out scope, and the level of vulnerabilities. And then we'll conclude this particular topic, and we'll go to the practical side on worksuit. And after the practical, we'll again come back and we'll study about the case studies. And for taking this session, I have just picked today 3 to 4 website. And you don't believe, like out of 4, I have just find out on 3 websites I have just find out the bugs. And one in one website, I guess OTP website on phone number, and on another website OTP bypass on email, and in another website payment bypass, and fourth one has no I don't have I don't found that kind of vulnerabilities. So that's the thing. So practically we'll see on the last section. So here are so many organizations, they have put it their domain. Let's just see, and you guys can see the price range they are just offering for the bounty: $50 to 5,000, 25 to 5,000, okay, $100 to $7,500 they are offering. So as an hackers, if you guys have good knowledge, so you guys can earn while a student. So that is another query. So any students written in the chat box. So if you guys have good knowledge, yeah, definitely you can just find out. So simply right now, I'm going to explore any of these. Okay, but as you are a beginner, always try to open which any, but they are just offering a kind of low bounty. Na? Like suppose that these are okay. This is not. Let me just see. Yeah, this kind of organizations you can pick. So $50 to 2500. Okay. So maybe there will be a higher chances to find out the vulnerabilities and all. So for the lower bounties, you can just pick. I'm going to pick this, and let's just see and explore. So once you will pick now a kind of like, maybe you guys have explored or you guys have written a kind of code, a challenging code on Hacker Earth or Hacker Ring. So details are like looks like the same. Okay, you guys can just read the descriptions, and now you guys can see scope and rewards are there. So clearly they have mentioned these are comes under the in scope things. Okay, listen carefully. So you guys are better seeing these things, like for the P1 level of vulnerabilities, 3,000 to 5,000. For the P2, they are offering this kind of money, and for P3, they are giving this kind of money, and for P4, they are just only giving $25 to $50 of things. Okay, so what are these P1, P2, P3, and P4 for a bug hunter or for a bug bounty program? These are a category or a labels of vulnerabilities. Okay, P1 means higher levels of vulnerabilities you guys are finding and you guys have found. Okay, P2 means something like lower than P1, and P3 means something lower than P2, and P4 means at least basic level of vulnerabilities you guys have find out. Okay, let me just see. I have, I guess, received some kind of messages. Okay, fine. So these are the P1, P2, P3, and P4. And maybe you guys must be thinking about, okay, sir, what kind of vulnerabilities comes under the P1, or what kinds of vulnerabilities are comes under the P2, or like P3 or P4. So it's not up to us. It's depend on the company. Okay. Suppose that P1 is like you guys have found some kind of OTP vulnerabilities. OTP, you guys can bypass the OTP or email authentication, or like you guys are able to hack the database. Okay. So in that ways, that kind of vulnerabilities can harm totally in that particular, sorry, to that particular organization. So you guys can think, so, or if that company is considering that vulnerabilities as an P1, then definitely they will give you. Okay. And if you are reporting, for reporting now, you guys can see there is some options to submit the report. Okay. In the upper section, I guess you guys are able to see these things. And in the last time, last section will cover up like how to make a report and how you guys can submit that particular report. Okay. So if that organization is allowing to submit that particular report in any emails and all, so you'll have to write a particular kind of email with a proper POC. I will show you some kind of things, and based on that, you guys can report to that particular organization or email. Okay. So P1 is clear now. So for P2, lower than kind of vulnerability you can say, but it's also depend on the companies. You can think, suppose that like sometimes organizations are considering in P2 for blind SQL2, and sometimes let me just see kind of encryption flows are there, or like some request, or like any queries that is going in a plain text or kind of things. I'm just trying to say tell you a kind of example. Okay. So for P3 and P4, I don't have like any kind of particular attacks. Sometimes they are just considering the XSS or CSRF either in P3 or either in P4, or sometimes some companies are not considering XSS or CSRF for any kind of category. Like they are just categorizing those things out of like P4. That means they are below the P4 category. Okay. So it depends on the company, but as per the conclusion, P1 means totally higher level of vulnerabilities you are finding, and P2 means like lower than P1, and P3 means that. And there is one another category that is P5. Okay. If you are finding basics level of like vulnerability, suppose that like kind of SSL stripping, or last day we have seen email spoofing. Okay. If that organization is not using a kind of SPF, or like they have not configured DKIM or DMRC kind of thing, and you guys are able to spoof that organization's email ID, then that is also an vulnerability. But it depends on the company whether they are considering on any particular label or like not. Okay. So still, if you are finding that kind of vulnerability, then those vulnerabilities will considered as an P5 level. But companies are just saying they will not pay you any kind of money. They can like send kind of full frame and like some kind of point. So those are the things. Now just let's just come back to this particular point in scope. Okay. So whatever the details or the subdomains or the websites they have mentioned in the in scope, only you guys can test on those things. Let's just scroll down. All the things, instructions they have already given. Okay. So these are the subdomain you guys can test. Okay. Right. So rarible.com, these are the subdomain, and they have just put it for the website testing or Kotlins and React.js, so that tester can better analyze what I have to test. So these are the subdomain they have just put it. You guys can test on these things. Okay. Now let's just talk about the out of scope things. So that's what the reasons if you guys are sending a kind of report for any kind of vulnerability. So maybe that companies will not pay you any kind of bounties and money and all. So maybe that categories comes under the out of scope. Okay. So suppose that if you guys have found some kind of vulnerabilities in these particular domains or these particular websites, then these are comes under the out of scope. So you are not going to get any kinds of bounties or money. Okay. They have just mentioned some of the, like, please notice that following findings type are especially out of scope. They have categorized some of the attacks too. Okay. You guys can read these things carefully and then start hunting on this thing. Okay. Let's just see. So as I'm seeing, they have just written whatever right now we have discussed, report regarding the published or non-published SPF and DMRC policies. That means they have clearly mentioned if you are finding any kind of that kind of vulnerabilities that is related to the SPF, DMRC or DKIM, whatever we have done in the yesterday session. so that will not be considered for getting the any kind of bounty. Okay, this is comes under the out of scope. So listen all these things, then only you guys can better analyze. CSRF token you can see, and they have also mentioned some of the other attacks too. Like you guys can see ID and homograph attacks and denial of services attack. Okay, those attacks they have just categorized into the out of scope things. So they are just trying to say you not need to find out like these kinds of category and vulnerabilities and all. Try to find out something else. Okay. Unfortunately, such an actions are strictly prohibited. Okay. So if they are allowing not to perform any kind of DOS attack or DDoS attack, then kindly don't do this kind of things. Okay. And if you are picking the random website, those who are not listed in that particular backward account, then yeah, obviously you can do. Even some of the companies are see in this particular company they have just given the report formatting. That means they are mentioning only in this particular format you will have to make your report. If they have not mentioned, then you can make your report in any particular generalized format. Otherwise go with their format. So these are the procedure like how to study in a conclusion. So after picking any website, you'll need to study about the bounties, what they're offering, and then just always focus on the in scope and out scope thing. And sometimes that particular organizations or like companies, they are just putting these tools are going to be used, and the focus area maybe they'll mention so that you can only focus for this kind of attack like SQL injection or some other attacks and all. Okay, so I think this is done to you. Reporting format, this is done. Now another questions are like how to make a report and where to submit. For submitting, they're allowing these kind of things, and if you're picking any website randomly, you can directly write the email. Okay, now let's just come back to the practical section. Now it's time to explore about the tools and initial methods as we have mentioned in the paint. So we have done with the first step what is bug bounty. We have done, or we have now got it like, okay sir, we have to make an account on Bugcrowd, or either we can make an account on like HackerOne or the similar websites or the servers. And after making the account, we'll need to study carefully like, okay, what are the things we'll have to find out or like cover up. Okay, now the other points or the other section we'll have to cover. Okay, we have got it everything. Now the question is how to proceed. Once we'll pick that particular website, we have the domain, we have the website. So the question is how to proceed and what's the initial method. So first of all, you guys have to find out and scan the vulnerabilities, and you guys can use so many tools are there. So basically I'm talking about the information gathering. Like you guys have to find out the subdomain, and you guys can use the Nessus, OpenWest, and like WP scan, and there are so many other tools are there. So Nessus is good, I guess. You guys can find out. At least you guys will better know. Okay, XSS is there. Okay, and after then for XSS or like for blind SQL or like for any other particular vulnerabilities, now just try to exploit and do that thing, and practically take a screenshot and each and every steps and make an POC. Okay, and at the time of email in the last section, I will let you know. I will show you these kind of things. Okay, just keep patience. In the last section, I will show you the proof of concept and the actual report. Okay, so okay, so what are the other tools? So we are not here to discuss about so many tools. So one of that particular tools, that is the Bob suite. And if you are exploring on the Bob suite now, then you are able to find out so many bugs only by using just a single tool, that is the Bob suite. Okay, now before further proceeding, it's time to discuss on these particular two topics. Bob suite. So before further proceeding into the Bob suite, let me just know if you guys have any kind of doubt till here, like what is bug bounty and about the bug bounty program and these in scope, out scope things and all. Otherwise, we'll move with the theoretical portion of Bob suite, how we can configure, how we can download for the next 10 minutes, and then we'll pick up the two websites and we'll start doing the practical things on OTP bypass. Not much. I don't think so. For hacking, like too much core level of coding is needed. At least basics of any programming, that is enough. If not, then it's okay. You can focus on some other areas of cybersecurity. For vulnerability, see, there are two things and two phases while doing the bug hunting. Okay, one is called finding the vulnerability, and for doing the actual things. Okay, so for scanning and for information gathering, you can use so many things, like whether that whatever which port is open. Okay, which services is running, what are the subdomain, what are the admin panel. Okay, so for doing all those things, as I have mentioned, like OpenWAS, WP Scan, Nessus, or like other Linux tools you can use. Sir, we get the money before sending the report or after? No. Once you will send the report, and then they will verify, and they will send you a further email whether they are categorizing that particular bugs or vulnerabilities in which category. If they are categorizing those vulnerabilities in P4, P3, and P5, so as per their like rules and regulation, whatever they have mentioned in the website, they will give you money. How to create a report that okay, that is the last section. For Bob Suit Pro, if you'll upload this particular video in YouTube, na, in the description, I will give you. So just download that and you can use that. When we report how many days take to respond, it's depend on the organizations. I don't know, like it's depend on company to company and organization to organization. Sometimes if you have found a kind of genuine bugs, but they are not interested to give you kind of money and all. So it's depend on the organization and the owner mindset. Officially, you guys can write in particular official emails as a security researcher or the security student. Okay, so let's just explore about the Bob suit. Now we have the Bob suit to test, and this is all in one tool. We can do so many things by using just a single tools. Okay, and exploring the Bob suit, it will take like minimum. If I will take 1 hour, then it will take 7 to 10 days. So we are going to cover up only in just 1 hour. So let's just see how much contents I am able to deliver and you guys are getting. So what are the major things we can do? So highlighted things I'm writing, although we can do so many things by using the Bob suit, and we'll see what is actually Bob suit, and then in 5 to 10 minutes we'll download and configure, and then we start the practical. So the first thing is SMS bombing we can do. Yeah, this is common thing. Everybody's know about the SMS bombing, but you guys don't know, if you are doing the SMS bombing using Bob suit, there is no way to stop. Okay, because like you are using the like any kind of a script or like Bombit kind of application and any particular website, so there's always a ways to stop. Okay, but from Bob suit, I guess only thing is you'll need to stop from the API. So SMS bombing we can do, and what are the other things? Brute force attack we can do in social media, or like in sometimes in universities, user ID and password we can do. So brute force attack we can do. Sometimes we can do MITM attack. Sometimes we can analyze the encryption flow, okay, and OTP and payment bypass, obviously. There are so many useful things are there. We can use with the help of Bob Suit, but majorly these are the some highlighted things that is I am remembering. But we have to cover up only one thing, that is OTP or like payment and ideology for this. So further proceeding, let's just study about the Bob Suit and how actually this is working and what's the phenomenon, so that hackers are able to change the OTP, or without OTP they are able to log in, or they are able to change the price. Okay, so suppose that here is the victim PC, or we are using this computer, and this is the server. Okay, we have visited any e-commerce website, and in e-commerce website there is some particular products and they're just selling at 450. Okay, we have just ordered, and once we have clicked on a further proceeding for purchasing this particular product na, in the form of packet or like whatever you can think, it will go to the server directly. Okay, but with the using of Bob Suit, we are trying to create a kind of middleman. That's why we are calling man in the middle attack. So here we are inserting any third party mediator. And now what happens? Anything we are doing in our browser, na, suppose that you are typing Chrome in Chrome, like youtube.com. Okay, so directly it will not go to the server, and you are not able to see any kind of music and videos. It will at first go to your software, Bobsuit, and in that particular software, if you are allowing after seeing, okay, so you want to access this server or this particular product or this price range, if you are allowing, then only it will go to the server. So in that particular way, if you are purchasing anything for 50 price of product, it will at first go to your particular software, and in the middle way, if you're changing the price for 50 to only 5, and further you are allowing to go to server, and if there is no kind of firewall or filtration or kind of protection or verification or authentication, then server will think, okay, this is the genuine price coming from the client, so that will verify. And once that will be verified, so you will be redirected into any particular payment gateway, and yeah, obviously you can pay 5 and server will show an order complete, and you will get your particular product. So this is the way how hackers are doing payment bypass and all. Actually, I'll have to do some practicals on OTP bypass. Later on, we'll see on the payment bypass, because it will lead to the illegals of hacking and all. Although like OTP practicals will also lead the illegal things, but we'll see the practicals. Okay. Now, how we will implement this Bob Suit? So we'll not establish outside of this system. We are going to install in our system a particular software inside this particular software. So whatever we are going to type in like Mozilla or like Chrome, it will go to this particular software. And if we are allowing from this software, then only it will go to the YouTube and all. Okay. So now it's time like how to download Bob Suit and how to configure Bob Suit. Let's just see in just 5 minutes, and then we'll pick and we'll come back to the OTP bypass. So for downloading, like you guys can search Bob Suit, and you guys will see these. And once you have just visited, you guys have to click on here product section. And in product section, there are so many options are there. Either you can download like professional, community, or like Bob Suit Enterprise Edition. But for the free version, you can only use Bob Suit Community. But as in professional practice, you guys can find out the correct version of Bob Suit Professional, or you guys can even purchase that particular Bob Suit Professional. But for a practice, don't purchase this thing. I will upload in a description for the Bob Suit Professional. Okay. So for the major practice or maximum practice, you can do in a community edition, no issues. Some of the features are there extra in Pro. Okay, so click there and you'll have to put some kind of email ID, and yeah, you are able to download. After downloading, the installation process is same. Okay, and then right now I'm going to configure my Mozilla Firefox, because I just want to type anything in my Mozilla Firefox, and it will directly go to my Bob Suit, and then from Bob Suit will allow to go to the actual server. Okay, so we need to configure any of the browser. So I'm going to open Mozilla Firefox. This is as similar. You guys can manually configure in a Chrome too. But if you guys are totally beginners, if you guys want to go through as per my instruction, then you guys can download the Mozilla Firefox, not an issue. Okay. So once you have downloaded the Mozilla Firefox and once you have downloaded the Bob Suite Community Edition, at least Community Edition, okay. So the two task is done. Okay, sir, we have downloaded two things and we have installed. And there is nothing like any if and but and hectic situation. Like, okay, sir, we are unable to download and unable to install. Those are the simple steps. You just have to click, and then next, and then install. Okay. So now, how to configure, how to connect this particular browser with that particular software. Okay. And then we can test anything. If there is any doubts or any issues till now, so the next part is we're going to configure the Mozilla with a Bob suite, and then after 5 to 7 minutes mostly, we'll see. If there is any issue till now, like how we can download any of these particular tools, Mozilla Firefox or like Bob suite Community Edition. Yes, obviously. We can do like at least 80 to 90% of the things you guys can do using the community edition, no issues. And for like pro version or professional version, if you need, then you guys can download that particular Bob Suite Pro, whatever I will share. And in any public session, if you guys are unable to install and use that Pro, because using an installation of Pro is something hectic. So my upcoming public session is going to be in NASA's advanced scanning. So in that particular session, I will take like 5 to 10 minutes, or like in that particular time, I will give you, okay, how to install that particular. Right now, I have to create the latest version of Bob Suite Pro, but I guess let me just see. I will share both, okay. All of this particular file I will share, and for 23 you guys can use that too. And I have some done some kind of modifications there, and I'll upload the Java file too. But the process are too hectic, as I have said. I'll tell you the exact process, and after doing all those things, you guys are able to do this. So this is Bob Suite Professional. So there is only one or two, or like some of the few features are extra. Otherwise, you can do, and you can use the community edition, no issues. For 23 version, I'll have to pick from my hard drive, and I'll share in that particular link. So this is the Bob Suite Professional, and the community edition we have. Let me just see. Let me just open Bob Suite. This, okay. I'm going to show you the practicals on Bob Suite Community Edition, no issue. So those are beginners, you guys can practice on these things, okay. So this is an professional. So some of the extra options are there for better analyzing, but this is for intermediate or at least professional one. Let me just cut this. Let me just go with the community edition so that everybody will better know. Let's just open and update. Now it's time to configure. Sir, my net is over. I have to go and recharge from market. We can't change RN in Flipkart and Amazon. I guess I'm remembering in 2011 and 12, there are lots of vulnerabilities in these particular websites, not in Flipkart and Amazon. Wait a minute. Community edition is updating actually. Just will try to share in a YouTube. Okay, while that particular software is in update, let me just okay, so while that software is in update, so at first we'll see the configuration and then we'll do the OTP bypass. Let's just see whether it is updated. Okay, it's done now. So once you had done with the downloadation and like you have installed this particular Bobsuit community edition, just open this normally as you're opening the another particular software. Just click on next, click on start work. Okay, and you will see the first interface of this particular software, and this software is capable for intercepting the data. Whatever you are writing in your browser like youtube.com, facebook.com, anything like you are typing any kind of OTP or like any payment, and that will at first go to this particular software, and then if we are allowing that request to go to server, then only it will go. Okay, so to the very first time you will see now these are the interface. Okay, so let me just revise these things. So the first thing is we'll need to download the Mozilla Firefox if you want to configure on that, and this particular software I have shown you for downloading both of these. You guys can download from the Google. Okay, so this is done, sir. What next? Then we need to configure, we need to connect both of these. Okay, so for that, there are so many options are there. It will take like 5 to 7 classes or 10 classes to better practice on this particular Bobsuit community and professional. In the upper side, just focus like dashboard is there, target is there, proxy is there. Okay, so click on proxy, and in proxy, in the downward side, you can see intercept is there, HTTP history is there, and in the last side, proxy settings are there. Okay, so click on proxy settings, and you guys can see there is some IP addresses that is actually loopback address or like localhost IP, and the port number is there. Okay, just see these things carefully, and you guys can just put in your browser. Let me just open. Let me just open. Okay, this is the browser. Okay, let's just go to this section and go to settings and search here proxy. Open settings. Okay, and in the setting, by default, your configuration is in like auto or like no proxy or like use system proxy setting. You need to choose the manual proxy setting and put the IP address like this 127.0.0.1 or in the port number this. Okay, so there is nothing like we need to like remember or like only use this kind of thing. You need to you can change the port number too. The only thing is we have to connect both of these, so we'll have to add the same IP addresses and the port number. If you want to change this, you can add, click on add here, and the port number if you want to write like 8090, and if you want to change the IP addresses, then you can just simply click on OK, and now we have the two IPs, and in the port number section in the browser, you need to write that particular port number. So nothing like that. We have to remember these things, and always like what if you're seeing in a YouTube and all, so they're just writing okay 8080 and all. Okay, right now I'm removing these things. Okay, that's the thing. So the very first thing is for connecting this browser and this particular software. Okay, just go to this particular interface and the proxy section. and in the settings, we can see these IP addresses and the port number, and go to the browser settings, search on the proxy, and click on settings. And in the manual settings, you just have to write this, check mark this HTTPS. This is this. Click on OK. Okay, this is done. What next, sir? Uh, we need to install a CA certificate. So if I'll explain you in a detailed way, so it will like consume our time. So that's why I'm not covering. Although like we can think CA is a certificate authority. If you want to test or if you want to find out any kind of bug, or like if you're trying to find out any vulnerabilities in any secured website like Facebook or like any HTTPS website, so that certificate is allowing us to test. Okay. And if we are configuring for testing of website, then we need to download that CA certificate with a format .der. So later on, I will explain what is the concept of that format DER and what is the concept of that format CER. Okay. So, okay, sir, where to find out the certificate and how we can upload into that particular browser. So again, go to your Bob suite. This is the Bob suite section. Okay, go to the proxy, intercept, HTTP history, WebSocket, and proxy setting. Go to proxy setting, and in the proxy setting, where we have seen the IP addresses, in the downward side, you guys can see import and export CA certificate option is there, and regenerate CA certificate is there. Click on import and export CA certificate, and you'll need to click on certificate in DER format. Okay, why I have said like just focus on the DER or CER, because sometimes I'm like saying to the students, like if you are a bug hunter, just try to test on the application too, right? There are so many applications out there in a Play Store. So for testing with a Bob suite in an application, you need to upload a certificate, that CA certificate, with a format of .cer. So if in future I will take a particular sessions in bug hunting in application, then I will let you know how to configure and how to test on Play Store application, because there are high chances to find out any kind of bug. Why? Because so many students and so many bug hunters are just only finding and testing on the websites and all, because configuring and testing on the websites are easy. Nobody is like mainly testing on the application. Okay, right now choose this and click on next and select the location where you want to install the CA certificate. So right now I want to just install on desktop. So I'm writing here any name, CA or 567, any name you can write, or either just leave it. First time you are writing any name. Okay, and then extension should be always .der. I have written here, save, and then click on next. So yeah, successfully we have exported the certificate, and then just cut this and just let me just see in the desktop. This is CA7. Okay, this is CA3, CA. I have downloaded exported so many certifications. We need to upload this certificate. Where? In the Mozilla Firefox. First thing we have done is we have written, we have configured the proxy setting, and we have written there 127.0.0.1. And the next thing, we'll need to again go to this 3 dot and then setting, and then search here certificate. Click on view certificate and click on import, and you can select this CA7. Okay, this is already installed, but you are installing in the first time. It will show some kind of pop-up that will ask, okay, check mark that it is is this trusted or not, or something like that. Okay, so just check mark all and then click on OK. This will be important. Now I guess this particular browser is ready to use, and now you can or we guys can test on this particular browser. Let's just see whether this software is capable to intercept or not. So we have not explained so much about all the settings and all. Later on we'll see. Okay. So proxy, intercept. So we have 2 to 3 options are there. Forward, drop, and intercept is off. Once we'll open or turn on this intercept, this is actually allowing everything we are typing. Now, suppose that I'm writing at youtube.com. Okay, let's just see. YouTube is successfully opening in that particular browser. Okay, you can see, right? Let me just open this intercept. This will actually block this. Okay, let me just write here YouTube, and let's just see. It will not open until and unless if I will not forward this particular option, and if I'm not allowing it to go to the YouTube server. If I'll forward this, YouTube will open in the button forward and drop. If I'll drop this request, for again we'll need to research for the YouTube. I'm clicking on the forward, or if I'll click on the intercept off, then also YouTube will open. This is the fundamental how actually Bobsuit is working. So now just let me know if configuring part is done or if there is any issues and all. Otherwise, now we will proceed with the OTP bypass practical. That's why I have said like today's session is going to be a longer session, because after then we'll need to study about the how to make a report, and I will let you know the actual reports and proof of concepts and all. Till now, any doubts? Probably this session is going to around 11:30 till now, till I guess. CA certificate is mainly for the certificate authority. If we are not putting and implementing the CA or certificate authority, that means we are not able to test on any HTTPS website. Okay, so for confirming that, you can do that thing. So, don't put the CA certificate and just type any HTTP website and HTTPS website. Okay, so in HTTP website, we are able to intercept the data. That software is capable to intercept, but in HTTPS or the secure website, that software is not capable to intercept. I'm just going according to the voting, guys. You guys have just voted to top-down approach. That's why I'm following as per the voting. Probably Hari Krishnan. So for that, you'll need to configure on the Tor browser. Okay, with a Bob suit. You can test on some websites. It's up to you. You guys are open to use and open to test. I have said now, like today I have picked like 4, and I have generally tested on like 4, and I have just find out 3 bugs on those websites. Maruf, actually, I'm forgetting the full form of .dir. Search on a Google. Foxy proxy extension can also used when for in case of website now you are just generating on for testing on the website. I guess you can use, but not in a case of application. That will be fixed for I guess CER format used for the application testing. So today's class is there in YouTube. Yeah, it's there in YouTube, but not in that way, because in the previous sessions I have not explored so much in practical sessions and how to report and all. So in that way, I guess there is nothing like that video. That's why I'm saying just stay connected. Maybe you can search like I have not practiced on so much. Even in some shopping website I have done for government or IRCTC. We'll have to test. There are so many websites out there. How can we like work on each and every particular domains? And even I'm working on each and every subject. So even I have to do a lots of things in each and every subject. Okay. So I guess doubt session is clear now. Let's just come back to the OTP bypass. Is there any YouTube link for step-by-step installation for Bob Suit? Yes, I guess there will be. Just search. I guess for OTP bypass, two videos are there. One is comes under the playlist in a workshop, and one is called like there will be some thumbnail, something like that. Website hack using OTP as something like that. Okay. Otherwise, you can see this video too. Probably for sure we will upload before 12. Only this video, not before like last 1 days or 2 days. For bug 20, we will upload. Okay, so mainly there are three methods for bypassing the OTP. First, second, third. Okay. Manish, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. After 5 minutes, we'll need to pick some of the volunteers for hosting.
Just
Sorry, for co-host. Okay, guys. So one is data manipulation. Okay, or we can like by changing the data and all, we can bypass the OTP and we can try. And the another method is called brute force method. Okay, and another one is called by reviewing HTTP code, or like I'm writing a script or analysis. Okay. So what happens whenever you are trying to bypass any OTP or you are searching for OTP vulnerability website? So there are some if and buts and conditions are there. Okay. So suppose like you are getting like 3-digit OTP, or some websites is providing like 3-digit or 4-digit or like 6-digit or like 8-digit. Okay. So always try to do these kinds of practicals or bypassing techniques for 3, 4, and 6-digit. Okay. And there are some other conditions are there. Suppose that those websites are allowing and they are just giving a particular OTP, and they're just saying this OTP is valid till 10 minutes. Okay, this OTP is valid till 15 minutes and 20 minutes or like 30 minutes. Okay, so more than 10 to 15 minutes, in that cases, try to do the brute force method. Let's see whether we have the time or not to do the brute force method. Otherwise, one method we're going to see. For the second method, we'll see. Okay. So if the timing is like we don't have time, or like less than 5 minutes, or like 2 minutes, or like 1 minute, we have the validity for that particular OTP, then try to do this data manipulation, or try to review some kind of a script or some kind of HTTP code. If there is any developer left kind of a script, those that is capable to generate random OTPs and all. Okay. So what is data manipulation things? So data manipulation is similar. The similar things we have discussed in a payment bypassing. Suppose that any 150 is going, and in the middle way we are changing and we are again sending to the server. Okay. So in the OTP section, what we are doing actually. So let me just clear all those things, because at first we are going to see the practicals on data manipulation, and if we have the time after seeing on 2 websites, then we'll see the brute force method. Okay. What's the point I'm saying? I forgot actually suddenly. Data manipulation. No? Okay, so for OTP bypass, for data manipulating, we can do, like suppose that you are visiting, or if you want to test, like if I have to find out like whether this particular website has any kind of vulnerabilities of OTP vulnerable or not and not. Okay, so in that case, what you have to done at first, just whatever the things we are going to do in the next 5 minutes. So at first, just put the right OTP. Okay, and then observe with the help of Bobsuit, And in the second step, just put the wrong OTP and then just see the responses from the server and all. And after analyzing at that time of right OTP and the wrong, right OTP and wrong OTP, and then you can analyze and you can better put and you can better change the data. Okay, so let's just see in that two way. So I'm just picking one of the common website that is on Royal Enfield. Maybe you guys have search on a Google and YouTube that is available, so not a risk for me. And then on a second cases, we'll export on the another website. Okay. This is Bob Suit, and this is Mozilla Firefox. I'm going to open. Royal Enfield. Let's just see on this, and then we'll see on the different website. And kindly don't public these things, because today itself our team has just reported on 2 to 3 particular website. After this particular module, we'll see those things. Okay, because this is uploaded or available on Google. After this, I will show you on particular website that is not available, because that is I have tested personally on today 2 to 3 websites. So let's just go and log out this. Okay, let's just try making an account. Click on login. Click on create an account. I'm going to write here a particular name, like suppose that hacker. I'm writing it white, and I'm choosing it in mail, and in an email I'm writing here कुछ भी नहीं पता @gmail.com. In date of birth, let's just write anything. And this password section, let's just write mobile number. Manish, can you tell me your number?
Sir, 7061
7061
9793
9793
80.
80. So accept this terms and condition. Click on this. I am not a robot, and then click on create an account. Submitted successfully. Okay. So right now I am just checking with the right OTP. Okay, and then we'll check with the wrong OTP, and then we'll modify, and then we'll see whether we are able to bypass or not. Okay.
Eventually, I got the OTP, sir.
Just give me right OTP.
Sure. 4254
4254
86.
86. Okay, guys. So now it's time to turn on this particular intercept so that we just capture that particular OTP. Okay, let's just on this and click on submit. And in the downward side, I'm writing here 425486. Okay, and click on forward until you are not getting that particular OTP. Forward, 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 forward. Okay, click on forward. Keep going on. Okay, now we have got the OTP what is going actually. Let me just show you. You guys can zoom your screen and see. This is the OTP, this is the number and the email ID and the other details too. Okay, once at that moment now, in this moment, we can do the another attack too. We can do the brute force attack too. But right now we are just seeing the data manipulation method. Okay, after this we'll see the second method. So right click there, and let me just maximize this. Right click there and click into the repeater. Okay, now let's just understand what is repeater in this particular section. So repeater right now you can see you will know before it will reach to the server. Okay, a kind of prediction you can see. What kind of responses we will get once that particular request you guys are seeing in a screen, it will reach to the server. Okay, so right click and click into the repeater and go to the repeater section, and in the repeater section just click into the send option, and you will see the responses from the server. Okay, so we will get this kind of responses: verification successful and success is true, this kind of thing, and nothing like the another verification or like session IDs or something like that, so that any filtration or like firewalls or any verifications are there, or we cannot bypass these things. Okay, now this is the right OTP. We are not here to log in with the right OTP. We are just checking. This is the procedure to check whether that website has a vulnerability or not. Okay. Now I'm going to just drop this request. Click on drop, 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 or otherwise you can just click on intercept is off. Okay. And just cut this or click. Let me just open again this particular website. And now at that time, we will try to log in with a wrong OTP with another number. Okay, let's just click here and then go to create account, and this is the procedure. Okay, so for this I need a kind of volunteer for the number, mobile number. I'm writing here Amit Kumar. Mani, just pick one and allow as an host.
Sure, sir. Okay, guys. Prem. Okay, Prem, I'm giving you credentials. Prem, I have got you credentials. Can you like turn on your mic? Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, guys. Prem number, mobile number.
So my number is 9021
9021
32
32
8864.
8864. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So I'm choosing as a no and accept, and then let's just click on I'm not a robot and create an account. Submitted successfully. Okay, so now it's time to see if we are putting the wrong OTP, then what will happen. So I'm putting here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and this is not an actual OTP, definitely. So I'm going to click on turn on and then submit, and then just click on forward. Let's just wait for the time until we are not seeing the OTP 6. In the downward side, you can just write down. Once it will match, it will highlight that with a yellow. So forward, 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 forward. Again, click on forward, 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 forward. Yeah, we have got this OTP. Okay, now as this time we have just put it the wrong OTP. Let's just right click here and then again send to repeater, and I'm maximizing these things. Go to this repeater section and click on send, and let's see this time what servers actually shows. So this time if we'll again forward, server will show as a successful and please enter the valid OTP. That means if that request will reach to the server, automatically it will show as an OTP invalid. So we'll need to analyze. Just see carefully. In the code section, 404 is there. In this section, please enter valid OTP is there. And in this section, false is there. And just see the right section. Whenever we have put it the right OTP, see this. Verification successful and 200 and true. So I'm going to just try to manipulate server. Let's just see we are able to bypass or not. So these are the ways, and hit and try in a hit and trial way you can do. Okay, so right click here and do intercept and response to this request, and click on forward, 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 until we are not getting that particular section. Yeah, we have got. Okay. So in this section, we need to change as in we have seen in the at the time of success verification successful. And in the code section, we need to write as in 200. And in the success section, we need to write as in true, as we have observed at the time of write OTP. True. Okay. If there is anything, then you need to change that thing. Now just see parallelly. Now I'm going to forward this. Forward, forward. Or now you guys can change, turn off your intercept because we have modified the data. Turn off. And let's see in the left hand side whether we are able to make an account or not. I guess we are able to make an account with that particular number. Let me just open this. Click on my profile. Yeah. So with this particular name, Amit Kumar, and I guess Prem, na? So he has received some kind of OTP or like a confirmation mail or not. If not, then
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
sometimes, right. So without the right OTP, I have made an account in that particular website, and I can make an account with anyone's numbers. Okay. So this is the thing, and this is the kind of vulnerabilities. I hope you guys got this thing. Let me just come back to the chat box. If not, then don't worry. The same things we're going to repeat in a different website, and that website is genuinely right now not available in Google and YouTube because personally our team and me have tested on those 3 to 4 websites. Just let me know if any doubts are there. Should we proceed with the another website? First, we need to get the real OTP. Then only we can bypass the website. Nothing like that, Lohit. Actually, I am just showing you. Like at first, just try your number and try to see what's the response that the website is showing. But at least you will better know na ki a 4-digit OTP is going or 5-digit OTP is going. And once you will know the responses, and then you can try someone's other number and the wrong OTP because you know by putting your number what's the response of the server. You guys can change. Okay, so for the steps revision, I'm just showing you a live um, practicals on another website, which we have today itself reported to that particular organizations in a company. And later on, I will show you what's the report and how we can report. Either you are reporting in an email and what's the kind of how we can make the POC and all. So we'll see on that. In some way, yes, but don't do these such kind of things. Okay, let's just see and let's just practice one another time in another website. Okay. Yes, we can do on some of this government website. So let me just open, and I need another volunteer for testing in another website. Let's just cut this. And this is a website. Today itself we have found it. OTP vulnerabilities. Okay. Let me just log out. And now onwards, I will go fastly. So listen and see carefully. Okay. Because the slow process is done now. Go to, let me just maximize. Click on register and click on register and the name. Let me just write Subham Kumar, and in an email I'm writing something 1234567 @gmail.com, and for the password I'm writing anything. So right now, like if for a beginners, okay, so how you'll know, like, okay, there is some kind of vulnerabilities, or like if we have to test for the OTP vulnerabilities on this website or not. Okay, so for a beginners this is not possible. That's why I have tell you a kind of steps you can proceed. Like at first you can put your number and just see the responses, and then you will better know, okay, whether this can be a bypassed or not, like I can make an account with another numbers or not. Okay, so I have been a practice, so by seeing just a website I can tell, like, okay, these are the vulnerabilities, maybe there are possibilities on that particular website. What is happening, guys? Experience always matters. Another volunteer for this, Manish.
Can raise your hand for volunteering. I think Sonu Kumar Mehto. Okay, Sonu, I'm giving you credentials. Wait. Okay, Sonu. Yeah.
Mobile number, Sonu.
Sonu, your voice is not audible. No problem. I think he is facing some sort of issue. Sure. Another volunteer. Mm, like Prem Eastern, Vasant Raj, MK. Okay, Vasant Raj, I have give you hosting permissions.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, Vasan, mobile number
96
96
55
95.
55, sir.
Yes, I have written 95.
No, sir, 55.
Okay, 96. Okay, 9655
21
21
40
hmm,
67.
67. Okay, fine.
Mhm.
So
Okay,
let's
sir.
just see, guys. Once I'll click on register, so don't save. It will send the verification code, and I have already tested, so that's why I'm just going too fastly. Okay, you just need to do the same thing. Then only you will know what's the parameter you need to change. Okay, just click on intercept on, and I'm writing here 12345. I'm just putting the wrong OTP. This is not an actual OTP. So 1234, and then click on verify, and then again the procedure is same. Okay, we have directly got the right OTP. Okay, sorry, not the wrong OTP, 1234. So in that section, just right click and let's just see what's the response of the server. So click on repeater and go to this repeater section and click on send, and you will see if we will forward that particular request now, it will show as a verification status invalid, and rest of the things are same. Okay, and once you will check with a real OTP, it will only changes in this particular field. Okay, in the field of invalid, that will be the valid, sorry, verified. Yeah, verified, I guess I'm remembering. So verified will be there. Just small changes, and I have just found out that kind of vulnerability. That's why I have written there in my whole life cases. That's the easiest and shortest vulnerability finding testing I have done in that particular website. It took like only 5 minutes. I have just like look, okay, there will be a possibilities. I have done and find out. That's it. And our team have just reported on that particular portal. So let's just see. So right now I'm not going to test. Okay. So for a beginners, that's why I have said. Let's just go back to the proxy section and right click there. And now just click on do intercept and response to this request. Click on forward. Click on forward. We just have to wait until we are not getting that server particular query, whatever we have seen already in the repeater. Okay. In that particular section, I'm going to change this. Verified. This. Okay, in a capital letter. Sorry, guys. Verified. Okay. This. Okay. How I'll know? Like I have to put in a capital letter because I have already tested by putting the right OTP. That's why I'm putting anyone's number with the wrong OTP. Then we are able to bypass. Let's just keep this aside and now click on forward. Forward. Otherwise, you can just click on intercept off. Let's just see whether we are able to make the account with that particular name or not. Let's just click. Yeah, it's Subham Kumar, and go to the profile modification. And I guess Vasant has just received a kind of, this is the mobile number of Vasant, right? So in this way, we can like test. There are so many websites are that you guys can test on that. Even I'm like picking 10 or like 20, out of like 20, I'm getting like 10 to 12 or more than 14, 15 websites have the vulnerabilities and all. So it depends on their, you guys, how much time you guys have given and like experience and other things too. Clear to all? Any queries? So this is a actually data manipulation method, and actually data manipulation method is not as easy as you are seeing. Okay, I have just picked up, or luckily I have just find out 2 to 3 websites, those who are having an easiest way to bypass the OTP. Okay, so while if you are finding bugs and you are doing practice now, so after like 10 to 15 vulnerabilities, you guys will better understand how to tackle with this situation. No, in Gmail, no. Yes, for government, it's possible, but due to security reasons, I'm not saying anything. Okay, that's the thing. So let's just see how we can make the report and what are the proof of concept and in what particular ways you guys can do. No, Chris, you can just write down in chat box. We're not allowing anyone due to security measures, because this is not the first time we are taking the session. There are some, so many kind of, we don't know which kind of students are there, and even I don't trust anyone personally. So if I will trust now, then we can like tell beyond the thinking. We can like test on live so many websites and all. Even I can increase the black hat contents and all. I don't know which students is going to capture some videos or clips and going to publish someone and all. So we are running these things like since 3 years or like 4 years and 5 years. So we need to follow some security rules. Sir, can we do OTP bypass in mobile app and how? Obviously, and that's the thing, but you'll need to configure the Bob suite with an application. You can use the emulator like any, like last time I have like told in Genymotion or like ldplayer.net. So those emulators you can use, and at that emulator, you can configure that Bob suite. Okay. I'm planning to take a public session. Let's see. Let me just show you. So here are the email format of that report. We have find out on like 99acres.com. Even this is a small task. My students are finding a good level of bugs and all. Actually, they are actively doing on the bug hunting. Now, my side is like I have to work on so many things like forensics and this and all. In a Bharat Matrimony, even I have taken like 3 to 4 classes, and they have just find out bugs in Bharat Matrimony, and one of the students I just find out on like Phone Pay, and one is students is like about to find out on particular. I am forgetting the website, says testimony. So these are the things. Later on, you guys can search on the LinkedIn. Probably these students and Sadia ma'am will connect tomorrow for the career guidance and the other things. So tomorrow again we are going to we are having a long session and we'll discuss on so many things. So we are discussing on Manish, just disallow the chat box. So these are the email format, like we have written in secure OTP authentication. So greatly you guys can write these things. I'm a security researcher and identified a vulnerability on your website, and this kind of all. Okay. For the descriptions, you guys can give a short description how you guys have done that. So affected website is this, and this is relatively the straightforward bug I have come across, because actually it took like not more than 1 minute or 2 minutes in picking two and in analyzing two. So when attempting to register an account, this. So short descriptions, and here's the process I followed. So you'll need to put the actual process, the technical process. So visit the website and go to registration portal. Okay. Capture the request using Bob suite, right click and send to repeater, and then click into send option and analyze the response for the incorrect OTP. Right click anywhere on the screen, then choose do intercept, then request to the intercept. Okay, once you'll obtain the responses, you will, as seen in the repeater, modify some data, changing the invalid to verified, and then click on this kind of thing. Okay, and for the proof of concept, if you are making a single document, then you will need to attach some of the images file too. And you are writing this to an email, then just simply write an email and attach the PDF document of your proof of concept. Like this manipulation can be performed using Bob suite. I can provide the additional proof of concept for the clearing the for clearer understanding if necessary. And you guys can write these kind of sentences. Please feel free to reach out if you requires any further assistance or kind of thing. And from there, you guys can write any company's name and all. So, sorry, not companies. You just have to write your name. Actually, teams have just ascended in the behalf of Slytherin company. That's why. Okay. Today itself, they have just sent 3 bugs. They have just reported. This is the proof, and you'll need to take each and every step, so kind of a screenshot. You'll need to attach in that particular mail this. Okay. So in this way, you guys can report that particular bug. In any other ways, if you guys have find out any kind of bugs and all, you guys can reach out to me and personally check that particular report whether that is good or not, and then you guys can send that particular. This is clear to all. At the time of forget, again bypass the OTP, again intercept the data, again change the value. Can we create a website and try this? Obviously, right? You guys can try. Let me just tell you a task. Sorry, give you a task. If you guys are able to do that, just find out on this. And let me just give you another hint. There is an OTP of like 3 digit from this particular website. Try to find out. whether you are able to maybe second method will work or like first method will work, because right now we have not explored the second method. Okay, let me just, if anyone got any kind of lead, you guys can personally connect to me. Any other queries? Otherwise, we'll wind up this session. It's almost 2 hours, I guess. Then again, do the same process for the repeater. I hope at least 50% you guys have got the point. I have some time limitation, guys, because it's already, I guess, 2 hours we have given for this particular today's session. Check out the another previous videos. I guess I'm remembering. I have covered the brute force method for OTP bypassing. Okay. Note now, Alokesh, I'm about to leave this session because we are running late. We have another meeting. Can you share WhatsApp link? Manish, is there is any link and anything to say, then share those things. I'm waiting for 2 minutes and then we'll leave.
Okay, sure, sir. Actually, guys, you can visit our website, okay, slytherin.co.in, or simply type over there in the Google, Slytherin Edutech. You'll get to know get our website link, okay. In the website link, if you scroll somewhere down, you can get all the things like WhatsApp. Yeah, you can just show them. Like bit lower, okay. Okay, here we go. In this section, stay ahead with Slytherin. Okay, in this part you'll get each and everything. Yeah, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, even your Telegram link and WhatsApp joining, WhatsApp group joining link also is there. So there's one new WhatsApp group where we are going to update each and everything. So you can join from there also. Okay, guys, all the things are there itself. So the link is slytherin.co.in. Okay. Okay, I think that's it from our side, sir.
Okay, fine. Can you share the PDF? Which PDF? WhatsApp PDF we have already shared. Reporting PDF material. Which reporting PDF material? Okay, okay. That OTP, no? Let's see. Anything else, guys? Try practicing on these things. Tomorrow only we don't have any kind of practical session. So tomorrow we are going to only cover about the career guidance. Either you are preparing for the CEH, OSCP, or like Black Hat, or like DRDO, or like cyber cell, forensics, investigations, networks, anything you are planning like MS program in other country, industrial framework, everything we are going to talk about. And I will let you know the free resources. Those who have just started, those who are totally beginners. So you can start from that particular step. It will take 5 to 6 months for a beginners, and to cover 4 to 5 to 6 subject, I guess 6 to 7 subjects, I guess. I'll give you the proper guidelines and the syllabus and the topics and all with the proper free resources. If you guys are comfortable, then you guys can start preparing from there. Okay. Tomorrow we'll have the career guidance. And for the upcoming practical classes, maybe I'm planning to take a public session on NESUS, advanced scanning. So on the next week, Sunday. Digital forensic, I guess on December. Again, we'll have the workshop and tomorrow we are having a test. So keep in mind that too. Okay. In that group itself, whatever the group you have joined, no? So in that group we'll share. Otherwise, for better like information and all, you guys can stay connected in Instagram or like a Telegram too.
Okay, guys. Regarding today's class recording, you will get in YouTube, but it may take some time. Okay, because we need to do some sort of editing over there.
Does OTP bypass one obviously works. That's why I have said like most of the hackers or like bug hunters are only practicing on websites and all. Okay, so configure your emulator with the Bob suit and try practicing on that. Definitely, like chances are higher to find out the bugs on app. Even I said na like I'm finding like out of 10, 7 or 6. Then in application, if I test out of 10, 9, I will find the bugs. All referral videos are there already in YouTube, even in that session too, but not in that way, like in another website or like in a reporting portal. But yeah, almost like 60 to 70% contents are same already. We have covered in a previous workshop. I will try to send because that is the. Let me think and we'll share. What kind of bugs? It's depend on your skills. Like if you have skills on like top 10 cyber attacks, then you can just find out and work on all those kind of attacks. And other than 10, some basics bugs are there also, like SSL stripping attack or like some email spoofing kind of thing. And these are the encryption flows are there, OTP and other things are there. Yeah, yeah. You guys can leave. No, we can't send Prem on Telegram. It's not that like, no, like if I'll be the individual instructor, that not an issue. Like for sharing the black hat contents and all. I'm already connected with the cyber cell. So I'm working with the police and I'm helping those and I'm going to give the training to Gujarat cyber cell and all. And if anything happens, na, any sort public videos or anything happens, then it will create a kind of problematic situation for me because we are dealing with the cyber criminals and I am teaching to make the cyber criminals. That those are the things. That's why. And that's the reasons my identity is hidden right now. Even I'm running since like 4 years and 5 years. Tomorrow I'll let you know my journey so that I guess you guys will learn something from there. How much patience you need to be to reach in that particular place. Not like that ki like YouTube is not providing that kind of security and they will block. The thing is the trust issues. Even I can't share with those who are not connected with me for a longer time and all. So that's the reason. Yes, you'll not get any kind of bounty. Yes, guys, thank you so much and good night to all. We'll meet tomorrow soon at the same time.
Okay, thank you everyone for joining. Should I wind up the session, sir?
Yes, pineapple sir.
Okay, sure. Thank you so much, guys. Good night to all.